Those little bumps you had on your face kind of alarmed me. You wouldn't be happy to taking PEDs, are you?
Listen, if you want to build in excuses right now,
No, I'm just asking.
go ahead.
Because I was just wondering. I looked at your face, it looked kind of serious. You had some rage and you acting all unorthodox. Are you taking PEDs?
No, sir.
Not at all. Okay.
No, sir.
That's
Do you
what
think
I
he's on
feel
PEDs?
like. I don't care. You better, those are signs of the PEDs.
I'm gonna do a cycle of steroids to show people what Jake Paul on steroids actually looks like.
Fair.
Is Jake Paul natural? No. I can say that with pretty certain confidence in that statement, mainly because, as you heard me mention, I know a lot of the people he trains with, and I have heard things.
Jake Paul getting hit with a massive lawsuit over supposed steroid use sounds insane. But this situation is spiraling way faster than anyone expected. Because when an internet celebrity suddenly turns into a knockout powerhouse almost overnight, packing on size and strength at a speed nobody else in the sport achieves, people start raising eyebrows like they're watching legal trouble load itself before their eyes. With leaked clips flying around, experts speaking up, and steroid chatter spreading through gyms and locker rooms, Jake is standing just inches away from a courtroom battle that could flip everything upside down. Jake Paul didn't just get stronger, he transformed at a pace that made seasoned fighters stop and say, "Hold on, something doesn't look right." The skinny YouTube wild child suddenly morphed into a bulked-up wrecking machine, putting on muscle like he unlocked a cheat code no one else had. No slow progress, no natural climb. Just a sudden explosion in strength, stamina, face structure, and raw aggression that cut through the internet like a blade. You can spot a guy using steroids, wider shoulders, fuller muscles, that typical roid look. And people saw Jake's body shift. Shoulders spreading, veins popping, acne breaking out, his punches carrying more heat, his attitude getting sharper. These aren't fan-made theories. Sports outlets have described his changes as matching steroids.
On steroids is blatantly going to exhibit some sort of actual physical representation of steroid use, like a traditional, roid monkey look. You're gonna have like more muscle mass.
Steroid influence. Boxing analysts even whispered about it behind the scenes long before they dared say it in public. Headlines from Give Me Sport, Yahoo, and Ringside writers weren't just hot takes. They were warnings. Doctors pointed out physical signs Jake has shown: a denser jawline, sudden muscle growth, acne, markers often linked to steroid cycles. None of this proves anything by itself, but when medical professionals start calling out patterns, rumors start turning into actual analysis. Because once the conversation moves from fandom speculation to experts identifying biological red flags, the door to legal trouble stops looking imaginary.
Something to take so you can make the weight a little bit easier, something you can take that can make you a little bit stronger, something that you can take to make you a bit more explosive. And there's, and if you know what you're...
To tell people that you're not on steroids where you're just on steroids, because they'll get a legal TRT prescription from the doctor, their dealer fills in the rest. Normally they're on TRT, but they go through multiple month phases during the year where they go on super physiological.
I believe you're a cheater, and I believe you're using steroids. So I want random drug testing on you for the next 2 years. Because in boxing, your physique isn't just how you look, it's your currency. And Jake's body started printing results at a rate nature normally never allows. When one man rockets forward physically while everyone else spends years grinding for similar progress, accusations don't show up as rumors. They show up as evidence waiting for confirmation. That's where the line between talk and legal danger starts getting blurry. Where questions turn into investigations, and investigations can turn into lawsuits. Jake didn't stay quiet about this either. He confronted the accusations head-on, at times aggressively. In one interview, he even said anyone accusing him of PED use should be ready to face legal action if they can't prove it. Instead of ignoring the noise, he responded with threats and legal language, which shows just how deep these accusations cut. When a fighter starts warning critics with lawsuits, it usually means he's already preparing for a courtroom long before he ever steps into one. You can tell someone's on steroids when they deny it while still using, another voice said. Some guys get a TRT prescription from a doctor, but they're actually running heavy cycles during the year. But the steroid talk didn't begin with fans online. It started with fighters who know how long real strength takes to build. Athletes who trained their whole lives watched Jake Paul level up way too fast and sensed something wasn't natural. Dylan Dennis even called out Jake's sudden acne breakouts, and media outlets like Express Tribune pushed the story further. Even Jake admitted that the internet always chooses one of two conclusions: rigged fights or steroids.
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
Steroids. The fact he keeps hearing it and keeps responding proves these accusations aren't background noise. They're pressure sitting on his shoulders every single day. They grow as athletes when they add more muscle and steroids, another expert quietly noted. That was the moment the entire conversation shifted, from internet chatter to industry concern. Because when longtime fighters publicly question a transformation, the accusation gains weight, credibility, and the potential to escalate into something much more serious. As more analysts point at aggression spikes, rapid muscle jumps, and unnatural changes, they're not just making comments, they're creating the early foundation for legal consequences. Unfair advantage claims, health risk accusations, breach of sporting conduct, manipulated competitive conditions. In situations like this, opinions turn into testimony. Testimony becomes...
So people think I do steroids and all this shit. So I have a plan because I think it's fucking bizarre. That's like the only excuse they can come up with is like rigged fights. Jake Paul does steroids.
Comes evidence. And evidence is the first step toward a courtroom door. Jake also mentioned doing regular blood panel testing every few months due to gut issues and gluten sensitivity. He framed it as health reasons, but critics say frequent medical monitoring is also common for athletes tracking hormone levels near enhancement thresholds. It adds a strange detail to his profile. A man accused of PEDS, who also closely monitors his biomarkers.
4 months, we're going to test you. You got to stay clean.
Sure.
We can do it. He skipped all that, and he has only 4 weeks where they can test him.
Okay.
Does no one think this is fishy?
People think I'm on steroids and all this nonsense, so I came up with a plan. Because honestly, the internet only has two excuses. The fight was fixed, or Jake Paul is on steroids. And this is where Jake accidentally threw gasoline on his own fire. He once joked that when he retires, he's going to do a real steroid cycle just to show everyone how different he would look. Some fans laughed. Critics didn't. They treated it like a slip-up. Maybe a joke, maybe a hint, maybe something he didn't mean to reveal. Because when someone says, "I'll show you what I'd look like if I was actually on steroids," the internet doesn't hear humor. It hears intention. Then a major shift happened. Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas.
He took estrogen blockers. And the only reason that anybody takes estrogen blocker on purpose is to restart their testosterone after they do a steroid cycle.
Openly questioned the legitimacy of Jake Paul's upcoming fight with Mike Tyson. The tone instantly changed. Atlas described the matchup as something that felt more like a production than an authentic combat test, suggesting that something artificial might be lurking beneath the surface. A veteran like Teddy doesn't casually say things like that. When he doubts a fight's integrity, it's not gossip. It's a warning. His comments signaled that insiders in the sport sensed more than just hype. They sensed investigation, concern, and something worth looking deeper for.
He's 6'6", 260 pounds with an 82-inch reach. I mean, just look at us next to each other.
Into. Some substances help you make weight easier, one expert said. Some help you get stronger. Some help you explode faster. The implication was clear. There are ways to boost performance without getting caught easily. Next came Ricky Hatton, another respected name. He added to the unease, saying old boxing legends would be rolling in their graves watching this matchup unfold. His criticism wasn't aimed at the fight itself, but the idea that a social media star could physically stand toe-to-toe with a legend unless something extra was involved. Comments like these don't come from casual fans. They come from people who fully understand the limits of human performance. When respected voices start aligning, rumors turn into claims. And claims are what appear right before legal action in enhancement disputes. But this controversy didn't stop at steroids. Some fans began suggesting that a few of Jake's biggest fights, especially the Tyson one, looked more like entertainment spectacles than genuine sporting competitions. His promotion team denied all talk of rigged fight, but public trust was already split. When steroids, scripted suspicions, and financial motives all start swirling together, the discussion stops being about boxing. It becomes about integrity, money, contracts, global broadcasting, and the legal minefield underneath all of it.